They know that we can't really tell what somebody's saying. But you know what it told me? They mumbling because they're not free to say what they want to say. Right? So now I got to answer that grievance. Right? So when you answer the grievance, what's the remedy? Take the industry and decentralize it. Let every artist own his own shit because it's his shit he created. And then if you want to aid and assist the artist, you be a facilitator of allowing him to express himself to the world, and he give you a fee. You don't pay him, he pay you.
Mm-hmm.
Right? This is why they killed Otis Redding and Sam Cooke.
Right.
Right? Because they starting to take that back, that concept. That's why they broke James Brown. James Brown said, I'm probably going to die broke because I'm going to keep teaching my people how to not be victims.
Buying radio stations and things like that. Had his own label. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, you know, they don't want us to be seen in a success position, but we the formula for success.
Mm-hmm.
When we realize that we the formula, when we realize we the formula, that's when we start controlling our own destiny.
Well, they realize it because that's why they keep on interrupting our flow with music. When we do music, we do things naturally to elevate ourselves on a spiritual level, a physical, physiology, a chemistry. It just elevates, and that's when they keep on coming and redirecting it, repackaging, what they call it nowadays, when they branding it, rebranding it, because we just do natural things to build. It's just like if you're that benevolent organic being, you just naturally build. But go back to what you said, and I want to build on something about this old thing. Go ahead, Rob.
The older people being stubborn to learn new language.
Yeah.
They are. I wanted to listen.
I'm not debating that.
I try to get older people to read a book, and they look at me like I lost my mind.
Mm-hmm.
But on the Kazarian Mafia, this is what they talking about. The ones that's left. What? Because see, when they gave them the opportunity to surrender, the last ones didn't surrender. They on their own. It's death on sight for them.
And that's why they running. That's why all them people they running. Those they running from country to country.
As far as getting back on the tones and the frequency, how can you aid and assist us? Because you know the brother Rod said the music and the language have to go together in order to be able to raise the frequency. Because even though you got the harmonics and I should say the rhythm, the tone, and things of that nature, you still need the lyrics, and that it should be in the language. What advice can you give, or what can you actually give, not advice, give to actually help marry those two things, the Nuwabic with the music?
Okay, well, first, I want to say it's just like what we were talking about when I was talking about the Maniac European Devils in Action and all these alphabet things that everybody's getting their information from and start shouting us out on the YouTube and the IG, and we get our own network. In order to do what you're talking about, we have to start being independently producing and creating our own products in order to control what tones we're going to put it in, what frequencies, and how we're going to deliver it in terms of the language. And see, we have to have freedom and be liberated in order to do that. I mean, you said the formula is for us to put it in the proper tone frequency for us, ourselves, and our vibration, and even on the other side of the hydrogen to be able to interact with that. So we already know that. And that's the same thing with the alchemy of the language. The language, when the master teacher, where he explained it, it was alchemy all in the letters, in the delivery of the phonetics of the word. It had to do with the length, the rhythm, right? The configuration of how you are holding and using your avatar with the mouth, the throat, the roof of the mouth, and all of these things. So it just learning the language. I mean, it's more than just the learning the language encompasses knowing the alchemy and the power and how to deliver it, right? Well, we have to have our own independent labels, our independent productions in order to do that. So I would encourage, you know, as far as teaching the music, teaching language, and the delivery of the alchemy of both. Yeah, that's what has to be done. But we can't do that and expect to get signed with I'm gonna throw these names out, Sony or Columbia or any of that. That's them. They already do. They already got a calibration in the frequency that they're working the alchemy with. Happens to be destructive to the environment and to especially human beings. But we have to get our own independent. And I think that Rod said that earlier.
One of the things I think he was more interested in, like sing-alongs for the kids to learn the language. Could you do the background music for them?
Oh yeah. I got a lot of stuff.
Yeah, because when you remember, they started first education used to use nursery rhymes for accelerated learning.
Yeah, and that's what the brother. Go ahead, Rod, because that's what the brother. Like the thing that the brother Rod was also commenting on when I was asking you, as far as like with the nursery rhyme type thing, so that we could be able to get the children to learn a little bit more quicker. What would be your suggestion with that, Brother Love?
My suggestion is exactly what you just said. I mean, I don't see where to improvise on that. Is we put the video with the actual Nawapic rhyme where they can see the visualization of what we're talking about with the music and with the music in the right tone, which is what was that? Is that 528 and 432?
Yeah.
Rod? Are you on that, Rod?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah,
I was listening, y'all. You talking about the love frequency?
Yeah.
It's 5. I think it's 532.
No, 528 and 432, right?
That sounds about right.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what I would do. I mean, that's my automatic approach to it. I automatically do that, you know. So yeah.
Yes, we're talking about earth tones,
right,
and galactic frequency. The tone means something different on Earth than it would somewhere else, right? Because there's a natural resonance from the Earth. The Shu Min resonance is going to be Shu Tefnut once again. That's called proper alignment in the atmosphere, which is going to make the music's impact greater. So music is going to become more instrumental in the learning process than it ever has before, because we moving into the galactic heart chakra, so to speak. The Aquarian age is bringing in all of the spirit energy, which is that big mama energy of pure love, raw mitochondrial secretions in human form. The music is going to be used to calibrate those chakras in proper alignment. What you do with the language is you record the stories and you tell them in short parts in the language, and you turn them into nursery rhyme songs.
Yeah.
So you still using, because these stories is more about the frequency of telling the story, the grid action, activating the throat chakra to change the vibration and the frequency by telling the story in a coherent manner, makes the frequency have to align to a coherent vibration. So when you realize that all of the story is a big ass love story, right? And the goal for the man is to become the hero, and the goal for the woman is to be rescued by the man, but not rescued in the sense of damsel in distress, but more like come to her aid, like Prince Charming meeting his princess. Right? So when you change the story to a love story, it changes the outcome that's possible. Because now you, as Dr. B. Serious say, you vibrating on the love frequency. You're riding the love train, as the OJ say.
Right.
You're in a caravan of love.
Yeah. Yeah, I already
Brother
did
Love
a
is
few of those. I already did a few. We did one. I did a few of them when they were young, and one called the Rainbow and things like that. But I wanted to say for those that might be listening to us and the young people, I know that there's a lot of awesome musicians, singers, composers, arrangers that like the world didn't even believe exist. But I know y'all are out there right now. So I just encourage you to keep doing your thing because the time is now that we will be bringing your healing power throughout this whole Terra Earth planet. So don't give up. Don't let nobody take you, move you off your square, off your path of perfecting those instruments and learning and putting in the work. Not just somebody just get up there and do a tune and, oh, you sound great. When we used to give those people the hook on the Apollo show. Because that's what they did a lot of. I seen it coming in. People could get up there and then they click, says, oh, y'all sound great. And we're looking at each other like, are they serious? No, we don't want that.
Yeah,
Put the work in.
Apollo gonna run your ass up out of there.
There you go. What I'm saying, Sandman going, not Sandman, but the one with the broom, he gonna sweep you off. And that's what I'm gonna do too. I'm gonna give you the hook too. Because
that's Sandman.
That's Sandman. That was Sandman. Oh yeah, Sandman gonna dance you off. But yeah, you know, in order, see what happened. And this is how I would put when I would teach children, when I would bring them, and we would have a music conservatory, and I would just have a bunch of instruments in there, young kids, and I just let them go in the room and we just observe them. And whatever instrument that they pick up and they hold and they play it for a while, they might pick up one and put it down and go to another one and pick up. Once the one that they go to and they hold on to it for a long time, that's their instrument. So far as saying, I'm going to give this my child this piano lesson or whatever, that it's like find out what they like, because whatever they like, they're going to excel at. Just like Rob was talking about education, open air education. It's the same thing with the music. You see. So anyway, I'm just making those few points.
But you're absolutely right, because if the child you're teaching him also to use his willpower, because he had to learn that instrument and he had to use his willpower, which requires self-discipline that the child had to develop on his own anyway. You just giving them the outlet.
I agree. Yeah, I agree with that wholeheartedly.
The deal is when they pick up something that they like and they find themselves playing with it, they look up and 2 or 3 hours went by. It's not like the general state is disciplined, but they're not looking at it like that. They're having fun. They want to find out everything about it, and the creativity, the way they play it, like the way I play guitar. I can play on the same level as B. King or Carlos Santana or any of them, but I play it like Brother Love. When I play it, automatically I'm playing.
That's right. It's like your signature.
Exactly, and that's the same thing. That's what the youth are going to do, and you don't tell them not to. So, like Dizzy, I was in a workshop with Dizzy Gillespie, and he said he had paid with Forest lessons. He was a virtuoso, trumpet and music arranger, composer, writer. And he said he had 2 lessons, music lessons he had in his life, paid for 2 lessons. It only took 1. So what you see what I'm saying? It was to create his own creativity. And he learned how the theory and the writing, which, for instance, a lot of people have you think that if they read music or they write music, that they're more superior to. Everybody plays music by ear. All the concert, the virtuoso violinists, everybody plays by ear, because if it don't sound right, you can play it and you read off a note, but if it don't sound right, it ain't right. So all musicians play by ear. But
that's how they jump notes. That's how they marry the notes together, by how it sounds.
That's it.
Because when you jump notes, if you don't marry them together, it sounds horrible.
Brother,
it's a lot of times people listen to my recordings and they wonder, wow, man, that they don't, because you can get all the lows, the mid range, and the highs. Because I record in analog and then I transfer it to a digital configuration, But I mean, I would like to see our technical inventors and create an advanced analog system for the future. because it's far more unlimited than digital is frozen, a frozen picture facsimile of what the sound is.
Right.
But anyway, I wanted to leave y'all with is anything that you come out of is bigger than you, and we all come out of her portal of life. I ain't never seen a father without a mother. I'm one of Big Mama's boys, and I'm proud to be with the General. Rod Hayes, I'm proud to come the master teacher, Yana. The Three Kings walking. I want to see it soon. Young Elder 23 out there. Messiah, your time has come. I love you all.
As Rod was saying, nuclear war won't happen. But they are saying in the news they found Russian subs near Alaska. And I heard nukes can destroy the ethereal body. Now, that's technically a statement, not a question. But you want to expound on that, Rod?
Look, all that's some boogeyman shit to scare y'all. Get scared if you want to. But just like what Young God was just saying about the mirror work, y'all can't be walking around in fear because that's what they feeding off of. Right. As soon as the fear gone, the possibility of the outcome change.
Y'all heard that. And you know what? Just to add a little bit to that, you're right, because that's like a bully. You understand? Like a bully feeds off fear. Once when you no longer fear him and then you hit his ass back just as hard as he hit you, he no longer fucks with you no more.
Yep.
So I agree with that.
Yeah. All that shit just some scare tactics. And the Koreans shooting the missile over Japan. Look, America would have immediately, Japan is a protectorate of America based off the Treaty of World War II resolution to keep them from having a standing military. America is sworn to protect them. If a missile would have flew over fucking Japan without them knowing about it, it would have started World War VII.
Damn.
I was all scripted. Do what they call a stellar alignment probability according to the alignment of the stars. But for those who want more information, you can ask the oracle readers, the card readers, and the psychics, because at the time now, the energy level is so high that the accuracy levels is higher than they ever been in modern history. They haven't been this accurate since they was hijacked by the Romans in Greece in as oracle priests of Delphi, right? They were accurate like they are now back then. And when the Romans took over Greece, the accuracy diminished until now it's returning. So you can ask oracles to do card reads on these current events and what do they indicate, and they're going to all give you a general time frame to work from based off the movement of the energy. Some of them going to be so latched on to the energy, it's going to be like binge watching your favorite TV show. They're going to keep coming back every day doing spreads on the same energy because they'll see the changes that fast in the oracle read. A lot of times when I tell people that don't understand what I'm saying, I say refer to the oracles and ask them if my information is correct, because what you can't see with the spiritual eye, you looking physically, they can see spiritually what I'm telling you, and then they can tell you physically what it's going to mean. Because they're catching the energy as it's changing in real time, and they're using the focal point of whatever their oracle style is. Some tea readers, some read runes, some read cards, some read entrails, some read nuts, some read shells, but they all got their own way of interpreting those energy signatures that's coming in from spirit. Right.
Yes, and I'm kind of running while you're speaking. I'm running about 4 different readers on the information about 4 different ones I know do reading, so you might want to reach out. But there are folks that are on YouTube that are doing daily.
Yeah. You know, so my some of my favorite tarot readers is Blue Rose Tarot has uncanny accuracy. Also, I listen to Brittany Madison, who has an uncanny accuracy. She's actually done spreads on the because and she did some other reads too. I asked her to do a couple of other reads and she done them. Then you also, it's a sister on here who's looking at the organic side of the tribal side named Chief Janace. she's pretty intuitive, and she's coming from more of an academic angle from her intuition, and she's sharing information. There's a couple more of them. I don't have them all off the top of my head like that because I'm horrible with names, as hard as I might be to. But those are just some of the ones that I listen to who has uncannily accurate information, and I can also use the information to go into more detail.
Yeah. Well.
Right. So I can listen to a tarot spread and refine the reading by adding more definitions to more parts of the cards than the reader